All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a guide called Money in Marriage, and it makes a really bold claim that the secret to a better financial life isn't about a better budget. It's actually about a better marriage. Let's see how they make that case.
So, right out of the gate, the book hits you with this powerful question. It's designed to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about arguing over finances. The idea is when you're fighting about the credit card bill, you're not really fighting about the bill. Nope. You're fighting about something much, much deeper.
And this is the heart of the whole thing. The book treats every single financial decision, everything, from buying your morning coffee to saving for retirement, as a spiritual one. It's a choice that can either pull you and your partner closer together, or it can slowly, subtly drive a wedge between you.
Okay, so where do you even start? Well, the book says the very first and honestly the most critical mindset shift is this one, moving from a feeling of ownership to one of stewardship. And according to the author, if you don't get this one thing right, none of the other practical advice is really going to stick.
This one verse, this is basically the foundation for everything else in the book. The idea is simple, but wow, is it a game changer. It's that nothing you have is actually yours. You're not the owner, you're the manager. You've just been entrusted with these resources that ultimately belong to someone else. That mental flip from owner to manager, it changes absolutely everything.
And this is where you can really see the difference side by side. The way our culture usually teaches us to think is on the left. It's mine. My net worth is who I am. The whole point is to just get more and more. But the stewardship view, it just flips that completely on its head. It says, it's his. My identity has nothing to do with my bank account. And the goal isn't to accumulate. It's just to be faithful with what I've been given.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Doesn't that sound kinda restrictive? But the book argues it's the total opposite. It's actually liberating. It frees you from that crushing weight of trying to control everything and that constant pressure from society to just have more, more, more. So how does this whole stewardship thing actually work in a marriage? Well, the book says before you even think about opening a spreadsheet, you need to understand your greatest financial asset. And spoiler alert, it isn't your income or your 401k. It's your unity as a couple. The point here is that true financial health doesn't come from having the perfect Excel sheet. It flows from having a shared heartbeat, a shared mission, a shared vision. Things like division and secrecy, those are seen as the biggest financial liabilities a couple can possibly have. Your oneness, that's your real economic engine. And to really drive this home, the book brings in this ancient concept called shalom bayit. It's a Hebrew term that means peace in the home, and it reframes financial harmony not just as some nice goal to have, but as a sacred duty, an idea that's rooted in thousands of years of wisdom. Of course, getting to that kind of unity is way easier said than done, right? Especially because we all drag some invisible baggage from our past into our relationships. So the next big step in this process is all about dealing with those old financial wounds. The book has a great name for this stuff, money scripts. You know those unconscious rules about money you picked up as a kid? Maybe you grew up in a house where money was super tight, so your script says money is scarce, you have to hoard it. Or maybe your family showed love with big gifts, so your script says spending equals love. These hidden scripts can quietly sabotage your unity without you even knowing what's happening. So how do you actually fix this? The book lays out a really clear 4-step path. First, you have to identify those scripts. Then you have to be vulnerable and share your money story with your partner. Third, you deal with any shame attached to it. And then, this is the crucial part, you write a brand new story together. Okay, so once you've laid that foundation, stewardship, unity, and healing, the book gets super practical. It introduces what it calls the 4 pillars of freedom. First up is the contentment covenant. This is all about you and your partner sitting down and intentionally defining what enough looks like for your family. It's like building a defensive wall against that constant cultural pressure to compare yourselves to others. Pillar 2 is the debt freedom crusade. And they don't mince words here. They call consumer debt a form of modern-day slavery. So paying it off isn't just a chore, it's a crusade. It's a fight for your actual freedom. Next up, you've got the emergency fortress. And this isn't about saving money because you're scared of the future. No, it's presented as an act of wisdom and faith. It's the financial wall that turns life's inevitable storms into just, well, rainy days instead of full-blown crises that can sink you. And finally, Pillar 4, the freedom plan. I love this because it completely reframes how you think about a budget. It's not a prison of restriction. Instead, it's a plan that gives every single dollar a job to do, a mission, making sure that how you spend your money actually lines up with what you say you value most. And look, these pillars aren't just feel-good ideas. The book gets really specific. For that emergency fortress we just talked about, the actual goal, the tangible number, is to save up 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. That's the wall. That's what builds that real peace of mind. So when you put it all together, what's the end game here? The book is crystal clear. The ultimate goal isn't just to have a fat bank account. It's about building a marriage that is so strong, so unified in its purpose, that generosity just naturally starts to overflow from it. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. If a total stranger could only look at your bank statements, what story would it tell them about what you and your partner truly value most?